Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Happy Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I feel like when you don't work, like you don't know what day it is. It's so crazy.
And are you sure this is a happy one? Because me and you were just bitching about 5 minutes ago, like about
I
everything.
know. Let's be real. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. There's just a lot. I mean, you were just in Miami, Chantel, so
No, I know, but like when imagine when you get back though from like, a relaxing, like not thinking about anything, and then you get back, you're just like, why are we in this life that we're in sometimes?
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know,
Like
maybe
I'm saying
something
like it's
like
like we're so like succumbed to like our 9 to 5s and this and that, and it's just like, oh my
yeah. I
gosh.
know. Yeah, Chantel was like, I'm ready to quit life. I was like, same. She's like, what, you thought 4 kids was gonna be easy?
No, because Rexine's like, wow, this one's hard. I'm like, you say that every time you add
I
another kid. Like,
know.
do you
I'm
have an
so tired.
amnesia?
Yeah,
You have
I know.
amnesia that like
I
you
swear
think
you really forget. You really do.
I'm like, you think this is gonna be a walk in the park, like 4 kids, like all under 4, like oh, 4 under 5. Like you're psychotic.
I swear. And Jack was like the hardest for me. So the fact that I was willing to have another child after Jack is crazy to me.
Oh, I remember because you were calling me a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I still do that, but you've just been so busy
Well, I
with
think
like,
no, you're busy.
I know,
You
like
don't even have time to call and
I
complain.
know. I swear I don't even answer none of that stuff. Yeah, it's been crazy. My anniversary was Saturday, and guess what we did? My 6 year anniversary. So we had a honeymoon baby, by the way. So and then we just went back to back to back to back. But guess what I did, Chantal?
Probably nothing. What'd you guys do?
Yeah, it's hard with four. It's hard. You know, honestly, like my mother-in-law was in Toronto, and like, let's be real, these grandmas are not what they used to be, okay? They're just not, okay? They don't want to watch our kids. My
No,
mom,
I think the thing is they want to watch one. They don't want to watch four.
right, but it's like your time to bond. Like, bye. Like, I just want to, like, if my mom or in-law would take my kids like every day, I'd be the happiest person, of course, but my mom's in Turkey. She's been in Turkey for 3 weeks. By the way, she's on Snapchat. I kid you not. She sends me 45 minutes worth of Snapchats of like the sky. And then she'll call me and be like, did you see that? And I'm like, Mom, yeah. Like, what do you want me to say? That was really nice. And I'll respond and be like, wow, beautiful. And she'll still be like, yeah, but that's all you said. I'm like, what do you want me to say to your 45-minute snaps? I don't even watch them because I just like, I have like focus issues. My husband sits through and watches all of them. It's very scary. But
I'm
yeah,
shocked she hasn't sent me any.
I know. Yeah, that is weird. But we literally, I mean, it's all on her story too. So I have to see both. But and then you see her like face, like she'll like just do her face and twirl around with like the sky. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just a lot. But yeah, we stayed home, you guys, and the week before was my birthday, and Chantal and I went out and we went to like a really fancy dinner. But you guys, what's wrong with babysitters nowadays? Okay, like first off, I don't like getting a babysitter. I'd rather just like have like my mom and whatnot. But why are babysitters charging 20 an hour? I don't. You guys, Chantal and I used to babysit, and we would be embarrassed to take money. We're just like, no, it's okay. And then we'd like probably call each other after and be like, like we didn't take anything. Or if we got 7 an hour, it was fine. And we're not that old. Like we're 31 years old. So we were doing it at like 17, 18, 19, 20. And I don't know. I couldn't like sit there and pay a sitter again like $140 and then go out and spend like $400. Like no, I just couldn't do it.
I feel like you pay like, well, first of all, it's like our little cousin that's babysitting for you, and I feel like you don't have to give her $20 an hour, especially because we babysat them for free. So
And
I
their
think,
mom used to say, "Just wait. When we have kids, when I have kids, like I'll make sure you don't charge them." And I'm like, "Ma'am, like it's your kids. It's not you."
but I still think
So
you should pay them. But I think you don't need to pay them $100 when you come in. I would pay them $50. I'm like, here you go.
the thing is, I do have a million kids, so it like
So they had three, and we were watching them for free
and they were
all
back
the
to back
time.
every weekend. We were every, and I'm obsessed with them, so it's fine. But it's like every fucking yeah, it's crazy, you guys. So like, if you guys are babysitting, like calm down. Like help us out. We're in a very bad economy right now. It's just honestly, it's not even that. It's just like the principle where you're like, wait, I'm about to like even if like you do well, like it's like just the thought of like coming home and then you're like you have to give like $140. Like you're like, holy hell, like I really have to give this much money right now. And that's a lot.
Well, especially I get it. Like that's why you really have to be like purposeful on like what when you go out and why, because like a night really will cost you like $400.
Well, my mom was like to my husband because she keeps calling my husband my poor husband, and she was like, "Huh, you miss me?" She's like, "Huh?" She's like, "Now you know what it's like without me." And he's like, "Yeah, I am actually dying." And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's probably why you're dying, actually.
Yeah, because, like, I don't even have, like, a break or
Yeah.
anything where, like, my girls love going to my mom's, and I don't have that break or anything. They're just like, "Mom, we don't wanna sit at home, we wanna go to Nana's." I'm like, "Oh,
You
she's
wanna
not
bring the girls to my house today?
okay, you'll, like, literally die,
No,
but
I can handle your girls. They're old enough for me to handle.
they'll be my girls will be at your house, and they'll be like, "Okay, this is boring." They're the worst. They're the worst, dude. They just don't like being in a house. They're like me, so it's because I, like, go out with them too much, so, yeah. Okay, anyways, oh my gosh, guys, this was
6
a
minutes later.
yeah, I'm gonna have to put on, like, the note section, what we're doing 6 minutes in so that people are not, like, pissed that they just listened to us talk, but it's crazy because someone did hit us up, though, and they were like, "I feel like, we're not hearing from you guys much," and I'm like, "I mean, there's not much going on, but I'm also, like, slowly dying." Chantal doesn't sit home, so yeah. We do
Yeah.
do we do 2 episodes on Patreon, though, so that's
Yeah,
probably why too.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like our when we still feel like we're doing a lot and, like, maybe, like,
Yeah,
other
because
people yeah.
we do 2 more episodes on Patreon,
Yeah, like,
but
I was in Miami for, like, an hour, and then we were doing Patreon, and then I came back to the condo, my friends were like, "Wow, you were gone for a while." I was like, "Yeah, we do 2 episodes there."
yeah, I think people who aren't on it, they don't realize, so that's probably why too. Because we still feel like we're doing a lot of episodes.
And I think there's really not that much going on in the Bravo world in the sense of shows, like, there's some shows, but, and we're recapping, The Valley, and sometimes we'll talk about Summer House, but there's really not that many shows going on.
Yeah, I think we need to do Summer House though, because Summer House is so good right now,
So
so
good.
wait, did you watch the last
Yeah,
episode?
I did.
Did you see Danielle's bare ass?
Yeah, wait, oh my god, that, like
You guys, that would be me, like, I would die, I would literally die,
but
like
she's been on the show for, like, 7 years, she should know better, that if you're gonna do some, like, hanky-panky, they're gonna catch you on camera.
Danielle is you. You guys are very, very confident with your asses, and it's just a lot. And like I would be so scared of the camera angles, and I'd be like, where's the blanket? Where's the blanket?" And she's like, "Come get me." I mean, I
Oh, she
appreciate
was
that.
so, like, in her element there, she was the way she got on the bed, I was like, "Oh my god, I need to stop watching." And I was on the
No,
airplane watching this, and, like,
so scary.
and someone was sitting next to me, and I swear they were I get so scared that they're gonna look, but oh my god, she was definitely unhinged in a lot of different areas for this episode.
That was very scary. But anyways, okay, moving on. So we are going to recap the first 7 minutes of The Real Housewives of New Jersey came out, and Chantal was like, "I think we should recap it and talk about it because, like, the fact that there's a lot to say in 7 minutes is crazy."
No,
Plus,
if you sorry
yeah.
to interrupt you, but if you see my notes, like, the fact that I wrote that much for
Oh
7 minutes, I'm like, "Ew,
wow,
we love Jersey way too much," that, like,
we're
we're
too into
dissecting
it.
every single scene.
Yeah. Plus, like on Sunday, we are having, I know a lot of you guys, we keep getting messages or like tweets or whatever it is, or comments where it's like, I'm not going to watch the show, which we encourage you to still watch, but they say, I'm going to listen to your recap. On Sunday, Chantel's hosting a party, like watch party for New Jersey, because a lot of us in Michigan are passionate about New Jersey. So we're going to be late on our recap. So we're like, yeah, let's just do the first 7 minutes right now. And yeah, let's start, you guys. So for me, I struggle so much watching Thirsty Fuda, aka John Fuda, and Bravo Lover 1234, which is Rachel Fuda. That used to be her old Instagram handle on the screen. To me, there's truly nothing authentic about them. I don't know if Chantal, you feel this way, but Rachel, she comes off, and it could be because she might have RBF, which is resting bitch face, but she comes to me, or she comes across as miserable, like her demeanor, and just I don't know, her voice. And then this season, we're also introduced to John Fuda 2.0, aka Thirsty Fuda, who changed his entire appearance to be on the show. I'm talking massive weight loss, cosmetic surgery on his mouth that changed his face to someone else's, veneers. It's the second season glow up, except it's slightly uncomfortable when a husband does it.
And he doesn't even look that good anyways after doing all of that. And I literally got the same vibe when I saw him walk in. I'm like, ew. Like, even him asking, "Where's the grill?" I'm just like, oh my god. Like, this is, and it's weird that I have that reaction because, like, they're still so new. But the fact that I'm just getting such bad vibes is like, it's just like, I do not like you as a person. And I can see what you're saying about Rachel.
Yeah.
about or Bravo Lover is that, like, she's just, like it's almost like she's snappy, but she's not snappy, like, everything she does is, like, so, like,
Like,
I
she
don't
tries so hard.
to be hard, right? Like, to
Ye
be hard.
I don't know what it is. Can one of you guys might know what we're thinking, but I don't know how to explain her. I just feel like she's not a likable person. She's just not.
She's like, "Of course we don't like them," or everything is just like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
I dare them to come after me," or "I dare" like, it's like, "Whoa, where
It's
did you" like
too, like, mafia and
yeah.
scary, and it's like, "Oh my god, okay, I get it that there is that mafia stuff in New Jersey, but just stop, just stop." Oh, by the way, Chantel, remember how John Fuda asked 2 T's in a pod to go on their podcast?
Yeah.
So the Fudas are going, both of them, because John probably was like, "I look like a loser if I go by myself," because it's like, I get it. If
Or I can see Teddy being like one of them, Teddy or Tamara be like, let's bring your wife on too."
right, because it does, like, he's already done 2 or 3 podcasts, I think, like, maybe 3. So he's already done a few, and now he's asking to go on 2 T's in a Pod, because 2 T's in a Pod, they do really well. So he's like, "Let's go on that platform." But it's like, sit back down unless someone asks you, and they didn't ask you, you asked them. So now they recorded an episode, I think, yesterday. So I will actually listen to that to see what they say, but it's just too much. What's scary to me is that, and we've been saying this, especially if you're on our Patreon, John Fuda is not going to come across likable at all this season. So I think he's just trying to get in front of it, which I understand. I think that's a good move to get in front of it beforehand. And he kind of reminds me of Melissa, where they want to control the narrative. So they try to get in front of it. But here's the thing, a lot of people who do watch the show, they're not on social media. They're really not. So that's why, a lot of people never saw the sneaky things Melissa did behind the scenes, because they're not on social media. So it's like, no matter what you do, you're screwed. So, I mean, it'll be interesting, but he's not going to come across likable at all this season.
But the fact that he's having to do all that is just like where the problem lies. Like, why are you doing all that? Why are you being the one to have
It's
to
so
go in front of
great.
cameras? It's just like, whoa, it really is like,
Yeah.
it's exhausting almost.
I know New Jersey is about family, but I'm not interested in Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4's family. I'm just not. I'm
But I
sorry.
do like that she has a big family, and I do
Yeah,
like
they
that
seem
they're
nice.
hosting and like they're coming together. But it's like they're all like like she fed them all whatever she feels. Like even Nona, her grandma. I'm not talking about any grandmas because I love grandmas, but she's like, really, you're gonna do that? Like when
Yeah.
she's talking about,
Well, here's the thing.
yeah,
I love grandparents, right? And I love Joe Giudice's, Juicy Joe's mom, and I love Teresa's mom, and that's because they didn't talk about the show, or they didn't talk about other people. So I like that. Even though they knew Melissa was a POS, like, with all the problems, they still were like, "I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to say anything." I'm sure they did behind the scenes, but they didn't. And so that's why everyone was like, "I love Nona, 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 no, whatever." Um, but Rachel Fuda, aka Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4, and Jeff are throwing Jen Fessler a birthday party. And Jeff wants to invite everyone, and Rachel says she sent Teresa and Jennifer an invite in which her grandma says nose job. And it's giving Donna Marco. And I'm not feeling it. And Donna Marco and Melissa's other aunt, they're very involved on, like, social media, where they'll like horrible posts about Teresa being, like, unattractive, or just like any bad stuff about Teresa. Even their kids, like, they'll like that stuff. And so it's just giving Donna Marco. And how could grandma have the audacity to bring up Jennifer's nose job, when in reality, if you Googled botched nose job, Rachel Fuda would most likely come up. And don't get me wrong, I will, Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4 is beautiful, but she has by far the worst nose job that I've ever seen on television. And grandma's bringing up Jennifer's all while she's sitting next to Thirsty Fuda, who changed his entire appearance and mouth for the show. So, I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
yeah, literally. And then then she says she's getting a knot in her stomach because they're all gonna be in the same room together. And it's like, really? Have you not seen who your daughter or your granddaughter and grandson-in-law are?
Yeah.
They're the problem.
Bravo Lover says Jennifer didn't answer her, but Teresa responded saying, "Thank you for the invite." We hear Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4 say that when she sent the text to Teresa, she had written a text that said, "I know we had our issues, blah, blah, blah." And it sounds like with Jennifer, she just sent the Evite.
Yes.
So, so why
There's
would
nothing
Jennifer
else for her to
respond? If
respond.
you're just gonna
Yeah.
send me an Evite, like, I'm just gonna click it and, confirm if you're gonna send it to me. And Bravo Lover says she only reached out to Teresa for the party, but it's clear production at the end of the day. They asked Rachel to reach out because obviously Jeff would have sent it out if Rachel was that uncomfortable. And of course, she doesn't have to listen to production and send the invite, but I mean, she wanted to because you're clearly not that mad. You love being on the show. You're gonna listen. You're gonna do whatever, and pretend like you're hosting this party.
And she's claiming it's because that Jennifer wants everyone to be there, but it's like, okay.
But Jeff Fessler could send the invite, you
Yeah,
know, if you're like
exactly.
here's where Bravo Lover 1234 F's up. She brings up Louis inviting or hiring, I'm sorry, an investigator on them, which is not true, and says she has no interest in being friends with people who do that. So why are you on this show then? If you're so uncomfortable, why would you stay on a show like this? Because you know it's absolute BS. So you're putting out lies to control a narrative that's complete BS.
And you guys, this is what's so funny. They thought they did something at the last reunion by like, plotting and going. And when we called it, we literally called it that we thought that they did that. And they're plotting together and like they continue to sit there and say, let's continue to say this and do this because this is the only way we're gonna get them out.
Yeah. Rachel asked Thirsty Fuda what he's going to do when Louis comes up to him and he says he'll give him a nod. It was so cringe. I don't even know.
It
He
was
used
like
a Home
like
Depot reference. It was
I
so
can't
scary.
like
Ick,
was that
ick.
supposed to be cool? You're gonna give him a nod? I really you guys I can't with
You guys,
him.
they all talk about Teresa. If Teresa's not on the show, what is every one of these people talking about? Why is Teresa being brought
Seriously.
up with Rachel Fuda's family? Like, why are they talking about this? It's the weirdest thing in the world. So Teresa's not on the show. Their mission isn't to have Teresa not on the show, but Teresa is the show. If she's not on the show, what are you guys talking about? You guys don't have a job either. So I don't know what you guys think you're doing, but it's not working, okay? Because season 15, it's going to be a complete, either a New York cast or a complete pause, and you guys are going to be crying because you're like, oh my gosh, I thought this was going to be several seasons for us, but what you're doing is not working.
Great
Now,
point, Rexian, because I really don't understand. Like,
yeah,
if they just sit there and see that every conversation is revolved around their family
Teresa,
and Teresa, like, you should know that that's the show.
right. Over at Melissa's redone house, she says that she handpicked everything in the house, which brings me to those black chandeliers she picked, then changed and blamed that it wasn't her pick because they were so ick and she got so much bad press. She had interior designers making TikToks and everything about how disgusting these chandeliers were. And then she was like, I didn't pick them out. And this is like, you guys like some people are like, why are you so hard on Melissa? Because it's things like this. Like, why lie about it? Just say like I did have these like ugly chandeliers, and I changed it, and that's it. But she doesn't. She was like, oh, I never picked those chandeliers out. I just wanted to test them out, and I had a magazine come and take pictures with them, but. Then I get all this backlash. I change. It's just like little things like that. What do you think
Yeah.
about Chantel's house? What do you think about Melissa's house?
It looks beautiful. It looks like, they did a good job and she did pick out good things and we're not gonna hate on that.
I love the
Like I
backyard.
Yeah, I'd be happy with the house like that. I think what she did afterwards, remember when they added like way more windows and like they made it more even because it
It
was like
made
so
it so
coney,
much better,
so
yeah,
much better. So like
yeah,
it looks beautiful. Like I don't like knock anything. I'm sure it's a great house, but to your point, I think that when she can just be real, like she can't just be a real person and be
yeah,
like, oh my God, my favorite thing is designing and I love seeing things and I love seeing things don't work out so that we can pull them. They're just chandeliers at the end of the day. Like she can just talk like that and you would come off so much more relatable than what she
yeah,
does.
exactly. Gabriella's off to college, and it's just crazy. We watch Gabriella, a quiet, smart young girl, grow. Now she's leaving to a different state to attend college, which U of M, woo woo, because that's in Michigan. We're in Michigan. And I love the story of Teresa saying that when she went away, she asked all the girls to email her every day, and Gabriella was the only one to consistently email her every day. I thought that was so sweet.
So sweet because like look how she's like I'll never forget that, so it's like
I
your
know.
kids like hold a special place in your heart like depending on like what the situation is and like what they do, so like that really is so cute. And like I just love all the girls like when they all come in and they're all so sad seeing her pack boxes, and you could just see the love in their whole family and like how this is hurting them in the sense of like they're so sad to see their sister go.
There's truly nothing like sisters.
I know.
I don't have a sister.
You do have me.
I know, I'm just kidding, but, like, I know, and honestly, every, like, big event in my life, like, when I moved to that loft in downtown Detroit, like, everything, you were right next to me the whole time, like, when we were in the moving truck, like, you were in the moving truck with us, like, all my vacations, you were with us. It's so crazy to me. Nothing like cousins, you guys, nothing like
Exactly.
cousins.
Honestly, you really end up like, I mean, Teresa and her sister, her girls like are exceptions of like really close sisters. Like sometimes like when you have sisters, you hate each other for like the most
Yeah,
part because you
until
like,
you're way older.
yeah, because like you want your own identity and then you try to find friends and like whatever. So it's like you really don't.
They've just been through so much.
Exactly. So they really only had each other, and like it's really not like that. I mean, I think a lot of sisters are close, but it takes it's not the common thing. Like it takes a while, and it takes until you get older to really like appreciate each other.
But imagine like Melania and Antonia, if their parents got along, or if like Melissa was on the mom side, or I'm sorry, Teresa was on the mom side, like Melissa's sister, they would be that same way where Melania would be there when Antonia's packing and like all that stuff.
Yeah,
Which is so crazy. But what's crazy is Gabriella and Antonia are the same age, but Antonia is closer to Melania.
I know.
But
They
that's
just always had the connection. Like when we're rewatching,
yeah.
they were literally 2, 3 years old, saying Melania. It was so cute.
But that's literally how my daughter Sloane, she's the same age as her cousin, and and her cousin is closer, and my niece is closer to my daughter who's 1 year older.
Yeah.
So that's so interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so in another sneak peek, Teresa talks about how Louis texted Thirsty Fuda to meet before they all see each other at Jen Fessler's party, and they were out to lunch or dinner with Dolores and Paul. And Thirsty responds and says he will talk to him at the party because Thirsty wants an audience. Ick, ick, ick. Like you are not a man, dude.
Yeah, like why can't, if you really truly have a problem, why
Oh
wouldn't
my
you sit with him one
god.
on one? Like why would you want to do it in front of
Be a
everyone?
man. Like
I
you
s-
can't have a conversation man to man with Louis. You need liquor. You need an audience. You need everybody to be there for backup. Like, and that's literally what it is. Because if a man's texting you and saying, "Listen, I know we had issues. Let's meet up," and you're saying, "No, I'll see you at someone's birthday party." What? You're gonna have a conversation at someone's birthday party?
it's not even the right
What the
mood
hell?
to do it.
Yeah, it's not the right
Exactly.
time. I like
I
that
mean, Louis said it best because he's like he wants like the other he says the words minions,
minion.
but yeah, like it's like you want everyone else to be there so that they can chime in and say their problems. So it's not even a conversation between you and I anymore. It's a conversation between me and everyone else.
Exactly. I like that Paulie did speak up and he said, "It's a private conversation. It should just be between them two." Because that's what all of us are thinking. And Teresa reveals that Frank and Louis had met up after New York, aka season 13 reunion, and that Frank told Louis that the cast came up with a plan to meet up prior to the reunion on how they were going to approach the reunion and take Louis and Teresa down. We actually did see them all together, and then I don't know who it was, but um they ended up deleting like the Instagram stories that they were all together, but they all did plot together. Meanwhile, like Joe Gorga, you're such a loser. This is like your sister and your brother-in-law, and that did happen. So I don't know, ick, you guys. It's just so gross. It's getting nasty in Jersey.
Yeah, and it's only been 7 minutes.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is crazy that we just went over that. Good call, Chantal, on us recapping the 7 minutes, though.
I know.
Um,
And I think it's a good call because again, like you said, we're having like a watch party and
and then
like
we have
we're
to come home, rewatch it, and then
yeah,
like,
so
great.
we
This is
can now we only have like 35 minutes left to do.
yeah, exactly. So Chantal's like, thank God, praise Jesus. Um, so I just wanted to cover one hot topic as well. So Alexia is speaking out about Todd's decision to file for divorce, saying that she still doesn't know what happened. And can we just call out Bravo real quick for disrespecting Miami yet again? All these divorces, splits, cheating scandals have happened with Bravo recently, and Bravo immediately picked up filming. And with Miami, Alexia is completely blindsided, and we won't even be able to watch it play because Bravo doesn't care enough to pick back up. But we care. We love Miami. We love Alexia. And what's gross is Todd is still on social media posting videos and tips, and I don't even know what. And it's like, read the room, Todd. And it's kind of like it's like making me think, are you posting because you know people are looking at your stuff because of this big divorce? So you're using this divorce for attention on your tips or your videos or whatever the hell it is?
Oh, for sure he is.
That's so gross. That's definitely big ick. And she does say, on her podcast, and you know what's so funny? Her podcast, it's called Por favor.
Ay, a pavor.
Yeah. It reminds me of me and Chantal. Like her and Marisol remind me of me and Chantal so much. So I don't listen to it often, but I have listened to it and I've laughed a few times.
Oh, I should listen to it too because I do
Yeah.
love that.
And they'll just, like, laugh at each other, and they'll, like, disagree with each other and call each other out. Alexia calls Marisol out way more, so am I the Alexia? Oh my gosh.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Alexia says, for the first week, for the first 2 weeks, actually still today, it's been 3 weeks, and I'm still going back to my head, like, what happened? Alexia notes that she's a positive person who's trying to only think about all the beautiful times and beautiful trips she had with Todd throughout the relationship. And she says, I don't want to have anger, but I understand that anger is also one of the grieving stations. She says, oh, stages. Oh, poor girl. She says, yeah, that's me too, with like method. I am Alexia.
What do you
She
mean?
says,
We have the worst isms.
yeah, we literally say everything wrong. She says, "Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying because I find myself lost a lot, but that she's strong and check out the full story on allabouttrh.com." But I just find that to be so sad. But I think Anna again is like speaking out and saying that Alexia may have chose the show over her relationship with Todd. I don't even think that she was given that option. I think that Todd just completely blindsided her and she wasn't even given that option.
I agree. I just feel so bad. I kind of just don't understand it still. And I feel
Yeah.
like it seems like she's never going to understand it either.
So sad. He was miserable, you could tell. He did not like the show. He wanted nothing to do with the show, and he kept getting backlash season after season. Then you have Adriana who's ruthless with him and it affects him. And it's like, Todd, imagine if you were Louis right now. Like, imagine that. You'd be
Oh,
dying.
literally.
Oh my gosh. Well, but that's all that we have for today. So we hope you enjoyed our recap and are just, talking and yeah, guys, we appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you guys are following us on our Instagram at All About TRH Podcast and our Instagram at All About TRH. Join us on Patreon. We do 2 episodes a week there. And stay tuned because we are going to be back once New Jersey is back. So we're going to be involved for every little thing. We might just have breaking episode, bonus episode, all those fun things. So
We're
thank you so much.
excited.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're excited, but I'm scared,
I
scared,
know.
scared,
Is
scared,
there
scared.
another Housewives show coming on though, too?
Not right now. There's
What
no
the
like, "Oh,
heck?
Dubai," but you don't watch
Oh,
Dubai.
maybe we should.
Yeah.
Are you
I
liking it? Because
started
I
it.
weren't you watching?
Yeah, I started. It's okay. But, the first season is never the best.
I watched the first season, but I never watched the second.
Yeah, I'm stretching. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay. Well,
alright.
bye, guys.
Bye, guys.